Okay, so I got this. It's just nothing. It's a makeshift knife. I didn't know exactly what to throw into it, but that's kind of what my mind's eye saw. So I can see that it's extremely unproportioned. So if I want to edit it, I can actually come up to this S looking, it looks kind of like a tape. Now, if I hit automatic on the selection, it will select an area automatically that I touch. So then I could actually alter those selected areas. I don't want to. I want to select that and hit freehand. Okay, so freehand actually will take this whole thing and I can put this pen wherever I want. So I can circle around this whole area. And then what you want to do is you want to hit this selection, the arrow. It'll select the area that I just mapped out. And then I can either do a free form, which is I can move it up this way. I can move it this way. I can change it altogether. Freeform will let you move it both X and Y axis. If you do uniform, it will move just that. And then the same thing, you can just put your pen on the screen, move it up into place, and get it positioned where you want. And then you can size it however you'd like. So I'm just going to do this one real quick. Like I said, this one's just a quick sketch, just a little screw around just to kind of get you guys a little familiar with this. So it's not really going the way I would like, but whatever. So we're going to go just select the whole thing, freeform, and then I'm going to just shrink it up to size, kind of make it look a little bit better. If you want to change it for going around to taper it one side or the other, or to act as if it's oh, excuse me. If it's if you want it to fit kind of like around a slanted image, you can distort it. Now, if you distort it and you don't like it, and take two fingers, whether these two, you can do it with both your toes. But as long as you touch the screen twice, it'll take it back to where it was. It'll do the undo button. Now, if I want to change this specific area, I can hit warp. Now, warp, it gives you a grid right here that you can choose from, and you can manipulate each area. It's kind of like playing with putty. You can kind of move parts of your design however you want. Okay, so this is a warp. Now you can even turn it all the way around. You can turn it into who knows what this is. But see, it kind of gives you a little bit of a design. But I don't want that. So I just brought it right back. So I'm just going to select it. Freeform, shrink it up. And then say that I'm happy with this. What you do now is you can hit this it looks like two boxes. You can select that. See how it says layer 1? So background color is selected. If I turn that off, it puts a black grid back behind it. You want that back on. And then layer 1 is what this design is on currently. So I can turn that off and look, oh, I have a blank piece of paper again. But I want to use that. Say I'm happy with it. and I just want to make an outline of it. So you can hit the add button for layer and make sure that you're selected in this new layer. Change your pen color to black, and then you can actually come in here, go into inking, and you can do a technical pen. Technical pen, it actually changes with your pressure. So, and you can see right here, it'll tell you the percentage and then it shows you the dot size. So let's just take it to maximum just to show you. So I can just lightly drift on the screen, or I can put a little bit more pressure, and you see how the line changes. If you want a line to be just the same all the way around, no matter what, it's a monoline under calligraphy. And that gives you just one size line no matter how you push. So let's just outline this real quick. Just kind of do it. And you can actually do this entire design. Just go nice and easy. And everything will get outlined. Like I said, I'm not doing this as a good piece right now. It's just kind of a quick video for you to kind of play around with things, review your options, see what you have. Okay, now you see how the line, I'm going to show you this. This is a really cool option. Now you can come up to this crescent wrench and touch that. Then what I want you to do is go into preferences, and you want brush cursor. Make sure that is selected on. And then come into pressure and smoothing. Now this will do it for all of your brushes. I turn the stabilization up. Now you can play with this. This one will give you more freedom to have more of a loose line or a sticky line. The higher the stabilization, the more sticky your line is. See how I make a line? See how it's really sticky? Has that appearance of kind of being stuck in the mud. Okay, now if I were to change that, because I have settings on my pen right now. So if I come in here, I can show you this one as well. Oh, sorry. See how it's really sticky? Just bleh. So that's good for doing outlines and really slow movements, because then it will follow your design better. So it'll help you give more of a crisp, even line. But if you were in more of the sketching, designing mode, you can actually go into pressure and smoothing and turn this all the way down. And then you'll see the line follows my pen instead of having a sticky, stabilized feel to it. But now stabilization helps you with doing outlines, making more like following lines. If I use this without the stabilization, you get things like this. Lines that overlap, lines that don't touch, and it doesn't look near as clean. So, what I will do is back this up. Now, you can go in, you have calligraphy brushes, airbrushing, textures, abstract charcoal. They have many different things. You even have spray paint, watercolor, all different types of brushes that you can use. So say I wanted to shade this. Okay, so remember, I want to shade just the handle. Okay, so we're going to come in up to here, click that S button, hit automatic, and then touch inside the handle. Now, if there is an open line, let me back up real quick. If there's an open line, you will know, because instead of selecting the area that you want, it'll select the entire, anything that is open. So if that happens, you should be able to zoom in and see where your line is broken. Deselect that, touch your pen, and then just reconnect it. Okay, then you can come back, whoops. Then you can come back and select this. Now you see how there's little white gaps, like right here, all down this, all around the edges. Okay, so what they call is a threshold. So I deselect it, and then I touch the S button again. Now, when I touch this, I don't tap. I hold it, and then see how it says threshold up on top, 34.3. Now watch those white lines disappear. As I'm touching on the screen, it's increasing the percentage, and it should make those lines disappear. Now, if you reach the side of the screen and it doesn't do it, just touch back in the same area. Oh, well, what's going on here? Let me see again. It's probably a horrible design to really be doing this. So sorry guys, this isn't as good. So now once your area is selected, you can come up here to your pen. Now, if you are stuck in that, say we're using the streak pen, if you're stuck in that, you'll notice it. When you try to shade it, fill it in, whatever, it's going to give you the pen that you're currently on. So I would go into, I like using the spray paint, the medium nozzle, and then right here you can change the bar up to about, with how small it is, I'd say 10%. If you want to lightly shade, turn your opacity down and then give it a test. See where it's at. Just lightly feather it on your screen. This is pressure sensitive too, so if you push, watch. So this is just lightly feathering. That's pushing hard. Okay, so it'll go in at different amounts depending on how hard you're pushing. Now careful on the screen and with the pen, they do go bad. So if I were to do this with it being as small as it is and doing one shot, you can kick it up to about 24, 25. You can go all the way up to 100 and then lightly just pull that in, and it will feather it in nice and smooth. If I want it to be all black, then I can just do it this way. Now, if I wanted it all black, I could come up here, hit the eraser, and same thing. If I want to use the eraser in an airbrush, this pen, I can do that. So see, I'm just going to do the same thing with the medium nozzle and just kind of add a little bit of highlights to it. Whew. Something's in the air. Whew. Dang. Now see, if it's too big and you can't erase it, just change your size down. Or if at the smallest amount it's not giving you the line that you want, change your pen. Now this is a custom studio pen that I've made, and you see how dense it is. it erases it instantly. So you can turn that down, and I turn it down dramatically. See, then it kind of gives you like a little gray structured feel to it. Now, see, so we're just kind of playing around with it right now. If you want to, so if we go back and say that you like this, you can actually come up, turn your red off, then you're just left with the black outline. Then if you want, you can add another layer, or you can, if you like this one and you want to save it, you can slide this over, slide to the left and hit duplicate. When I turn this one, I turn the first one off so that I know it's not there. And you can even come in and lock it. So you can hit lock, and then as long as you're in it, it says locked layer, so it won't let you change it. But you can come up to this secondary that we just duplicated, and you can alter this one. So if you want to put some, like say some purple stripes in it, just to kind of add a little bit of flair, you can take the spray paint nozzle, select this, and put it in there. If you don't like that, double tap, hit your other brush, find the brush that you would like. You could do calligraphy, anything, any of these pens, and you can put like a purple highlight in it. Now here's the cool part, is they have the smudge tool in here as well. As long as the area is selected, it won't smudge to the outside. But you can change the smudge tool to any of the pens at your disposal. Now, the smudge is like using your finger. So I have it currently right now as a soft airbrush, which is kind of a little bit big. The opacity is about 35%, 40%, smaller one. So this you can just, and this is pressure sensitive as well, and you can just blend it in. Gives it kind of like it blends both the black and the purple together. It's a stump. It's a blending stump, blending tool. Okay, so let's just say, oh, I love that. Then I can come in, select this, make sure it's automatic, touch that, change your color to gray-ish, and then we'll show you the airbrushing one. So we'll go soft airbrush, and this one, you're going to see the size of the brush change right there. And then this one, just lightly feather it in, same as we did before. And now if you just want it all gray, you can put pressure on it and just do it real quick. Deselect that. Oops, sorry. I shouldn't have deselected it. But so I just selected it again, and you can actually take your eraser and put it and do little polka dots as an eraser. But I usually erase with the soft airbrush because it helps with the soft edges. It just helps make it a little bit better. Okay, now